Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Let's Cry Together, where you're not required to cry, but if you want to, you definitely don't have to do it alone. You know, Miss K is bringing all the great guests, all the people who have something good to say, something good to share, and I have another person with me who I am super excited to have. It's my auntie, mommy, my girl. So she's here. I have known her all of my life. I've known her all of my life. She's poured into me so much, and I have just been able to take, so many things from her. So we're going to be able to sit, chat, and she can share some of her wisdom and all the things that she has for you guys, so you can get what I've got for 27 years. 26, just kidding, because I'm not 27. But anyways, turning it over to Aunt Hopi. Feel free to tell the people more about yourself.
Hello, I am Hope Chandler. It's not really too much about me. I like to sing. I work in the mortgage industry. I have one son. I am married. Happily love it. Life. I am big on spreading love. I really am big on that. And forgiveness. So, other than that, I just like to have fun and learn new things.
Okay.
And I'm excited to be on this lovely podcast, Let's Cry Together.
Yeah.
By Miss K.
Hello. She's on the couch. She's on the couch with us. So, I'm excited. I don't really feel like I need to go through our relationship because I just told y'all that this is my auntie. So, and I called her my auntie mommy. So I feel like that says enough. But as I've said, like I've been able to just, have a great relationship with her for the last 26 years, soon to be 27 on my birthday. She has been literally right there every step of the way, every event, everything, everything. I just knew she was always going to be around. So I was never lacking because of her and the rest of my family. So that says enough for the people. But y'all know our first question, or the first thing that we do, is we ask our question of the episode. This is an opportunity for all of us to be able to talk with each other, share our opinions, share our thoughts. Me and I hope he will answer the question first, and then you guys can answer as well. So our question of the episode is, if you were given an extra 5 hours every day, how would you spend it?
An extra 5 hours in the day. Knowing me, I probably would spend it working. Sadly to say. Catching up on some much needed stuff. But what I would really love to do outside of that is just have some fun. Spend time with my family, create new games, create new memories, just have fun.
Yeah.
It's what I would really love to do, but the reality of it was, if I had 5 hours of the day, I'd probably spend it working.
Boo.
Whether it be working at my job, working for myself, working.
I can get behind that.
In my house, trying to get stuff together. Knowing me, it'd be working.
Okay. I like that you said games because we forever are having a game night.
Yes.
And she's always coming back with a game. So that makes a whole lot of sense. And I am down for the whole, I guess it's her 5 hours, so I don't have to be down. But the whole working for yourself thing, I feel like, when you go work for someone else and then you have to work for yourself, it's kind of like something you put on the back burner. And so that extra 5 hours would be just really good to be able to really pour into your own businesses and your own like craft and stuff like that.
Yes.
If I was given an extra 5 hours, honestly, I know for a fact that my extra 5 hours would look different every single day. It would not be the same. But I would definitely be doing something that I enjoyed, something that made me happy. Whether that's like hanging out with my family, hanging out with my friends, singing a little song, karaoke, making something like that.
Do karaoke.
We do need to run that back. Something else, I would say, I feel like I never really have time to like really sit down and study the Bible, and I know that I need to, so I would definitely do that. And even though I do have time, I just don't prioritize very well.
None of us do. And we all need to prioritize that time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Is there anything else I would do? That's all I can think of off the top of my head. I would just want to just do something that made me happy for real. That would be, yeah. So, all of you answer. Tell us, what would you do if you had 5 extra hours. 5 extra days would be nice too. 5 extra hours every single day. How would you spend it? What would you do? You know, what would that look like for you? Answer that in the comments, on Instagram, on YouTube, Facebook. We don't got Twitter, but we will eventually. Twitter, you know, all the things.
Twitter.
So our first question is, what is one routine or thing that you enjoy that you refuse to compromise on?
Routine. Our Bible study.
Okay.
On Mondays. I really enjoy it because it takes me back to when we were kids and we lived in Jersey, and Nana would have prayer meeting, Bible study at the house, and we would all get together, always have food, always had good conversations. Friends come over, you stuck, you can't go. But, you know, just to be able to come together on that type of a level, you know, and put God first in all that we do. Even though, like you said, you know, we need to prioritize our time because He is a jealous God, and we do give our time to a lot of other stuff other than Him.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that on Mondays. And when we don't have the chance to have it, or, you know, like life gets in the way, I miss it.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy having our Bible study nights, and that is one thing I don't want to compromise on. It is one thing I can say if we are etched and sketched, hey, there's no diversion, we are having it tonight. I don't make plans.
Yeah.
I don't, that, and when I have choir rehearsal, I love my choir rehearsal because I like singing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't feel like going because I be tired, but I love it when I get there.
Yeah.
You know, my voice don't always do what I want it to do, but I love it. I love to sing. I love to, you know, just be around my peeps. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I think Bible study is a really good one too because we just talked about how we don't prioritize, like, you know, reading our word as much as we should, but going to Bible study or a Bible study holds you accountable to doing that. Because even if you don't read before you come, you're going to read it when you get there.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
And I don't really get to go to, you know, Bible study at my church, so, because my days are crazy. But, you know, for us to be able to sit down and, you know, as a family, I love it.
Yeah, and the family dynamic of it is really good too. Like, it's us. It's not like, you know, I mean, I don't mind other people either, but right now it's just family.
Right.
And I think that's just really nice to be able to just kind of bounce things off, and we can agree or disagree, but we just be like, okay, we're done. Like, you know, like, and we know each other well enough to know, like, this is just conversation out of curiosity, which is good.
And learning, not just curiosity, you know, learning God's word.
Yeah. And
studying and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
One routine I would not compromise, or I don't, I'm going to actually change the question because you answered it this way and I actually like it better that way. But that I don't want to compromise on is my time to just sit and be. I feel like I'm always on the go. Our family's always doing something. And then outside of family, outside of our family, I have friends, you know, all of those things. Just other people that I'm connected to. And there's just always something to be doing. And so when you finally get that time to just sit and decompress, it's like, oh, this is really nice. And that's not to say that I don't enjoy being with my family, because I would prefer to do that over or my family or like anybody, because I would prefer to do that because I like, connection. I like kicking it with people, but you do need that like time alone and to yourself and to be able to just sit. Like a couple weeks ago, I was like, I finally got to like catch up on my shows. Like there are shows that I like to watch, and like I hadn't been able to do that. And so just being able to do that type of stuff is something that I don't want to compromise on, and I want to like carve out time, intentional time to be able to do those things.
Right.
And I mean, obviously, like sometimes, when things come up, it's okay to like, divert from that. But right now I'm just doing it whenever, not necessarily like, okay, so when I get home, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to watch my shows, I'm going to do this, that, and third, things that make me, relaxed or happy or whatever. And then I'm willing to like go and do other things. So yeah, that's something I don't want to compromise on.
So I was listening to, I just happened to pop it up, but I was listening to one of our friends, John, on Facebook, and he was just talking about that, and his main topic was it's okay to reset.
Yeah.
Say your name. Hope, it's okay to reset. Kyla, it's okay to reset. And I'm real big on that. And even at work, I talk to some of the supervisors and stuff, and I'm like, well, if you guys are always working on your vacation, when do you have time to rejuvenate yourself?
Vacation.
When do you have time to reset yourself to when you come back to work, you have fresh ideas, you have a renewed spirit, and you're able to intake all the other spirits that are within and under you.
Yeah.
You don't really have time to do that if you don't, stop working, rejuvenate yourself or reset yourself.
Yeah.
I thought that was so enlightening. And even, after losing somebody, how do you reset yourself?
Yeah.
How do you move on after death, or not even death of a person, but death of a situation, death of a relationship, different things of that nature.
Yeah.
So it doesn't always have to be work or whatever. So I like that for you, that you value that time to reset yourself, because I honestly don't.
And
I'm be honest.
I think I didn't see the value in it until I moved out, because especially because I was a teacher, so like I was literally dealing with people all day, every day. Went home, and I love living with my mama. Like I promise y'all, I will go live with my mama right now. Don't care. But once I moved out and I came home to nothing, it was like, oh, this is actually valuable. Like, this is something that's important. This feels good. And I think as a family, you lived alone for a while.
I did.
But a lot of our family members have not lived alone.
True.
Or they've had children or whatever the case may be. And so I think some of us don't necessarily know the value of it because we just haven't been able to do it. And I mean, you get it, like, of course, sometimes, you get it like one day here out the month or something. But like me, I come home every day and be like, okay, let me go ahead and, I mean, even though sometimes I still have stuff to do, but yeah, I think when I moved out is when I really found the value in like, this is actually something that's necessary. Like, it's something that you need to be able to do, because giving your energy to everybody all the time leaves you with nothing. And like you said, when you reset, you get to replenish, you get to rebuild, you get to refocus, you get to do all of those things for yourself. So then when you go back out in the world, now you have the ability to continue pouring into other people.
Yes. And I'll comment on that, because I did not really realize the value of being single, living on my own, until I was married. And I'm not even going to say married, maybe before, no, until after we got married. Now, don't get me wrong, I love it.
Yeah.
Love being married. Love my husband. Love my kid and my first kids who think I pushed them away.
you had a child and just kicked us to the curb.
I loved it. I love it now. But as I look back on it, I'm glad that you can cherish it and know that you can cherish it now
Yeah.
versus when you get into a major relationship, when you get married, when you have your own kids of your own, that you can appreciate the time that you have now. Because as I look back on that time, I had so much more time for God, so much more time to study, so much more time for Him to pour into me, for us to connect on a you talk, I talk level, not just me talking, you know, the quiet time to be able to sit and listen and not have anybody come in when you're trying to have that quiet time
Right.
and hey da 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 hey da 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 and with our family, and I won't even say the whole family, but just me, mommy, Candy, and you and Cheyenne, our dynamic is a little different, and we do interact a lot more often than everybody else. So when we are supposed to be alone, like y'all was coming over after school,
Yeah.
and me and Uncle Rob live right there together. So knocking on the door, hey, da 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 da,
Right.
but we used to have what dinners, our
Every
powwow,
day.
girl talks, and all that. So to be able to look back on all that time and cherish it now.
Yeah.
If I was to do anything different, I would cherish it then.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just value the little things. As I'm older, I do value a lot of things. And I can say as a younger person, I did learn a lot of lessons earlier than a lot of people that I know. However, to appreciate that time,
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah.
There was a time of, I would say, depression because I was alone. Not because I was lonely.
Right.
I was never alone.
Right.
But because I was lonely and felt alone, I wasn't able to appreciate it like that. And I'm glad that you are in a position, God has placed you in a position to where you can live and appreciate the little things.
Yeah.
And have it etched and sketched. Oh, I remember this. I remember that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That single time, and it talks about that in the Word too.
Yeah.
It tells you in one of those smaller books in the New Testament somewhere, but it do tell you that being single and being a widower, you have more time for God. Whereas when you have a family, you have to share that time.
Right.
You have to find that balance.
Yeah.
And I'm still searching for it, Lord. I'm still searching for it. But yes, I'm glad that you're able to value that time.
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't think I utilize it as much as I should, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes my time alone is spent on the phone, so then I'm not necessarily getting the time. Because I do have a lot of friends and relationships that either aren't in the same space or they work while I'm not working.
Yeah.
So then our schedules may not align. So then the only time we really have is phone time, but then your phone time is during my time to not do anything. So like you said, still having to find the balance in all of that.
Yeah.
And that's actually been something that I've been saying. I've been trying to find just a wholesome balance between all the things that are happening in life right now, because there's just a lot of things that I'm a part of. But it's not a bad thing. It's just
no, it's not.
Just figuring out how to balance everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know how they say that laughter is the best medicine?
Oh, gosh, yes.
If that is true, what does the world need to be cured of right now? If you could use laughter to cure something in the world, what would it be?
Hate.
Okay.
Unforgiveness. I tell quite a few people all the time, I love, love my siblings. Um, and I often, when the topic comes up, I often, tell them why I love my siblings because we've had some powwows.
Mm-hmm.
When I say some powwows, we've had some powwows. And even growing up, me and Candy, your mom, I can remember, we would get into these huge arguments and we'd be so mad at each other. And one or the other would come to either I go to her or she'd come to me and be like, oh, you still mad? You still mad? And you still mad? And we would just nitpick until the other one would just bust out laughing.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely is medicine for the soul. Even if you're just sitting there and you're reminiscing, you're always going to find something little that you can laugh about. You're always going to be able to find something to laugh about.
Yeah.
Outside of that, laughter is medicine. I can be sitting there and I could just be working, being frustrated, and I just have to step away and just think like I need something funny.
Yeah.
I need something to laugh about. If I had a stressful day, I don't want to come home and watch no drama. I don't want to come home and watch no action unless it's funny action.
Yeah.
Now, Mark Wahlberg, he got some funny movies, and they are action movies. I love it. But outside of that, I don't want to watch no drama. I got enough drama. There's enough drama out here on the news. Enough drama. Or let me come home and watch good romance. But I do love my romance. I am a romantic at heart. I just think without it, we're just here.
Yeah.
We're not adding any value to ourselves first.
Yeah.
Or anybody else.
I agree.
And when I see where people have lost their laugh, it helps me to pray for them harder.
Yeah.
My mom, some of her siblings, I've seen it at times. Even us, even me. I've seen it where I've lost mine. And, I've had to ask God, help me find my laugh again.
Yeah.
Help me get back to not looking at all the imperfections or the imperfections of people, but to find that laugh, that little kid, really, who just sits there and think of something and just laughs for no reason.
Yeah.
Or you look at something and just start laughing for no reason.
Yeah.
It definitely is medicine for the soul. I can go on and on. I love it. I love laughing.
So you said that people can lose their laugh, and you have experienced that before.
Mm-hmm.
So what, of course with like prayer and stuff like that, but what do you do in the midst of your laughter, like your inability to tap into that? What do you do during that time aside from pray, aside from talk to God?
Just laugh. During that time, I didn't have nothing to laugh about. I didn't think I had anything to laugh about, I should say. But, in order to find me again, outside of God, who was very instrumental, I just sit there and just start laughing. Nothing popped in my head. Nothing was funny. Just a fake laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Like
sometimes you gotta fake it.
And then, tears would flow.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle of the tears, just, just little things until, genuinely, it it surfaced back.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I could see myself through a different lens. Genuinely, I could be able to go to somebody who I could see their laugh was dimming.
Mm.
And, you know, just say something stupid.
Yeah.
It don't even have to be funny. Or something corny.
Yeah.
And they would just look. And laughing is so infectious. You don't even have to know what somebody's laughing about. You could just start laughing. And because it's so infectious, the other person will be laughing and don't even know why they're laughing.
You know what's so funny today at work? This little girl was laughing. And she has such a, like, I don't even know. For one, she has kind of like a more raspy voice.
Mm-hmm.
So ultimately, her laugh is also raspy. But she just was just cackling and just giggling. And I looked at my coworker and I was like, I just love her laugh. And as she's laughing, I'm hearing her laugh. And I'm also like just having to also laugh.
Yeah.
And I think you're 100% right. Like, I do think that when you see other people's light or laugh dimming, you should do those types of things where you should step outside of yourself and just be like, okay, I can see that you are having a difficult time with this right now. Because I think losing your laughter is losing your joy.
Yes.
Like using your ability to find joy in things.
Yes.
So when you see that, I do think that you should go to other people and, try to just give them a little moment of joy, a little corny joke or a little whatever. Because listen, people know I will send a text message and be like, why did the chicken cross the road? And Alani has told me like, Kyla, that was not funny. I was like, no, but it was. You gotta get it. It's not.
You didn't get it?
Right, but I think the fact that it wasn't funny is funny.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I have two coworkers like that. So my coworker Tanya, we call her White Chocolate, but she always, hey, anybody got anything? Nobody has anything. She'll come up. Oh, I got a joke. My other coworker John, he's no longer with us. John is older. He's retired, and he would say, if he was feeling some type of way, he would say, Tanya, hit me with a corny joke.
Oh, that was good.
He would want a corny joke, not a rolling over, laughing out loud joke. He would want a corny joke.
Yeah.
And she would give him. And you be like, sometimes you be thinking about it like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Or you be like, that was corny, but okay.
Yeah. It's good that she's doing that for people. She probably has no idea the weight of, like, what she's doing. She probably just is like, oh, I'm just, being me. But in reality, like, that's probably doing so much for so many people. Because I'm sure lots of people come in there every single day and literally can't find anything to laugh about.
Exactly.
But she's probably showing up for people in ways that she doesn't even know. So that's good. Shout out to Tanya.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tanya. I think laughter, if laughter could cure something right now in the world, it would be people's lack of empathy. Because I think when you have empathy, you have, like, love for people. Mm-hmm. And then also you're more willing to understand and like be of service to people, help them. And I think that we're so many people have been, like, hurt by something or disappointed by something, or they've seen something that they didn't necessarily like, and so that's the first thing that they lead with instead of leading with empathy. And so, like, I know there's been a couple times where I have, like, we're any homeless person, somebody that we can help, like, it's typically our first thought to, like, go and help them. But I've been around people who will be like, well, I'm not giving them no money because they might go use it on drugs or alcohol or something like that, something that they shouldn't use it on. Which, like, yes, that very well could be the case. But also, this one little set of money could be the little tiny bit of money that they needed to go get a hotel room for the night.
Right.
Or something, like, you just don't know. And so instead of leading with the negative, like, idea of what it could be, which I feel like a lot of people do, you could just lead with the empathetic part, which is like, okay, what I'm doing could help them.
Right.
Regardless of if they make the right choice with your help, is not up to you. It's
Mm-hmm.
the fact that you did it. That's the part that matters. And so I just wish more people were willing to just look at things from an empathetic lens versus like whatever else, because I think a lot of more people would be willing to help. Also, more people would be helped. And not even in just that type of situation, but just in general. Like, I just think, in general, I don't know. I think more people would just, the place would be better. The place would be a better place.
It definitely would. If we could laugh and we could get over the hate that we feel for each other.
Yeah.
You know, the hate that's been passed down for years to come, whether intentionally, unintentionally.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely create a space of forgiveness. And I think if you have a space for forgiveness, you have a space for empathy.
Yeah.
You have a space, ultimately, love overrules all. And laughter is a part of that.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be able to, like I said, with my siblings, we done had some drag outs. Don't even want to talk about them, but some major drag outs, and we wouldn't let nobody touch us to this day.
Right.
You
yeah.
know what I mean? We can, but nobody else can. And to have that type of love and to be able to come together later and laugh about it.
Yeah.
I want everybody to experience that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
To be able to, hey, let's fight, but let's laugh about it later.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was so stupid. We shouldn't have even been there.
Yeah.
And look how it escalated. You know what I mean? The joy that can come out of laughing, like you said. And the heart that you have for others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That life is heavy enough. How can I lighten it for somebody else?
Yeah, and that's what I be saying. Like, I think we all get so wrapped up in whatever we're doing that we forget that there's other people who have something going on. So there's this word that it's called sonder, and
Mm-hmm.
so basically that's when you realize that you're not the only person who is experiencing life. Like, everybody is also experiencing life.
Right.
And I think once we, like, I feel like that's something that everybody needs to just come to, that like realization. Like, everybody has something.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could just step outside of your thing, not even for a long time, but just for a moment, to be able to tap into somebody else's thing.
Yep.
That'll be great. And I truly believe that, what you reap is what you sow.
Yeah.
So if you can do that for someone else, and obviously you don't expect for someone to do that for you, but you're going to reap what you sow.
Right.
So somebody is going to come around and they're going to step outside of their thing to step into your thing.
Yeah.
And help you, like all of those things. So this is a good segue into my next question. Okay. What does it mean to be a good person?
Oh, that's such a loaded question.
I agree.
Such a loaded question. The age old for me. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you.
Mm-hmm.
It speaks a lot of volumes. It covers a lot of areas. Even when they don't do it back.
Yeah.
Continue to be consistent. Continue to be that person. Because it will pay off. I know a lot of times we don't want to look weak. We don't want to feel no type of way.
Yeah.
I ain't no punk. I'm not this. You're not about to use me. All this other stuff. But biblically, morally, we are taught, do unto others as you want them to do unto you.
Yeah.
If you want people to treat you right, you got to learn how to treat people right.
Yeah.
Even when they don't treat you right, you still got to treat them right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if we can get that concept, we will be a better people.
Mm-hmm.
We will be able to understand more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just do unto others as you want them to do unto you.
I agree. I think that's a lesson that we teach kids all the time, and then we grow up and we just
We lose it.
forget about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or somebody does something to us and we forget that you still have to be a good person even after someone has hurt you. Now that doesn't mean that you have to be a part of whatever happened, or like you have to still be in relation with them.
Exactly.
But it does mean that you still have to, you know, still be a good person and all that, and don't lose who you are to be able to, you know, get down to their level. Because I think people often do a what is that? They want their lick back.
Yeah.
They want their lick back, and it's like, why? Like, do you have to get your lick back, or can you just move on with your life?
Right.
Because getting your lick back now puts you in the same category that the other person was in.
Wasted energy.
Wasted energy, and it's like we don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You can just be you. They did their thing. They did their whatever, and you can just move.
So, match your energy.
Mhm.
That's a term I don't like.
Yeah, I don't match energies. I try not to, at least.
I try not to too. You know, sometimes I get out of the box.
We all feel.
But for the most part, I try not to match energy. And because when you matching somebody else's energy, you taking on their disappointment. You taking on their hate. You taking on their vibe. You taking on everything that they got.
Absolutely.
I don't want to take on what you got.
I don't want to.
I got enough of all.
Literally.
So I don't want to take on your stuff. And another one, it is what it is. It's not what it is, because it could be different.
It could.
You know?
If you made a choice.
It could be different if you did something different. Or if, you know, we just take a step back.
Yeah.
Take a look at ourselves. How could I have de-escalated the situation?
Yeah.
Or how could I have done something different, you know, instead of just always, it's them.
Yeah.
You know, or finding anything to blame. You know what I mean? It's not always something to blame.
Yeah.
You know? So those are, you know, two of the terms that I'm just like, I don't want to match your energy because I don't want your energy. I don't want that space.
Yeah.
I need, you know, whatever God has for me in my space.
Right.
You know. And it's not always what it is. You know, I can always make a different choice. Do something different.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think matching energies is too much work.
It is.
It's too much work, and I don't want to.
I think I'm too lazy for it.
I don't want to have to put that much work in. Because I'm over here trying to match energy, losing energy, and I don't got time for all of that. What I think it means to be a good person. I often say that I think the point of all of this is to love other people.
What's all of this?
Everything. Life. The whole shebang.
Okay.
Like the purpose of it all. For the existence of this world. Just everything. I think the point is that you are supposed to just exude love. Be love. Love yourself. Love all the love. Right?
Yeah.
So I think being a good person has everything to do with that.
Yes.
Like, just, even when you fall short, like, just knowing that you're still acting out of love. Like, you know, I may say something to you that was wrong, or I may have hurt your feelings. I still loved you through that, but also I love you enough to be able to come back to you and be like, hey, that was wrong.
Yep.
I apologize. I'm sorry, and genuinely want to mend the relationship. So I think, yeah, that's what I think. I think what it means to because I think when you love, everything else comes with it. Like, everything else falls into place. And yeah, that's it. That's all I really got, honestly. I just feel like you just need to be out here loving everybody.
Yeah.
And that looks different in all the ways.
It does look different.
You know, it's not just a one size fits all type of thing. I think it looks different for different people, different relationships, different situations, all of that.
Because no relationship is the same.
Yeah.
Just like with a parent and their child or their children. No relationship. If like mommy had, Nana, she had 5 kids of her own.
Yeah.
her relationship with all five of her kids was different.
Yeah, every
You know
single
what I
one.
mean? Dad's relationship with all five of us was different, and then with his two younger sons, it's different. So, your friendships, they're all different.
Yeah.
You have people for this and that. Um, I have my older sister for certain things. I have my sister that's close to me for this thing. I had Uncle Rob for certain things. I have Uncle JJ for certain things. I have my husband for certain things and
Yeah.
purposes. You know what I mean? And you guys, all my nieces and nephews, we all have different. Everything is different because he didn't create all of us the same.
Yeah.
Because
So we
if
can't
we
do
were
for
all created the same, we'd all be boring.
Very. Very boring.
It wouldn't be no pizzazz or nothing
Yeah.
around here. We would all be boring. But because we were all created differently, all created to think differently, all created to come in with fresh help, fresh ideas, and just fresh love from different angles and different levels, it helps to build your character.
Yeah.
It helps to build this world, to navigate through the darkness of this world.
Right.
Because it's inevitable. But it definitely helps your spirit and your soul to navigate through the darkness of this world.
Absolutely.
And, love is the greatest of everything. It's the greatest morally. It's the greatest biblically. It overcomes everything. You have to embrace it.
Yeah.
And not look at it as a weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And look at it as a strength.
Yeah.
Does love allow you to do things that you feel like was stupid later? Of course. No doubt. However, when you learn the lesson, you're able to withstand.
Yeah.
And you definitely move differently. So, yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm.
So, I have one more question for us.
Okay.
And then if you have any other questions, you can feel free to ask.
Okay.
So throughout life, who or what taught you to live? Who taught you to love? And who taught you to laugh? Who or what?
Who taught me to live, laugh, and love? I was thinking about that too. I have that dang, what do you call it?
Sticky note?
Picture. No.
Oh.
I have a picture frame of it. When you walk into the house, you can see it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that. And I was like, I would change it around to love, laugh, and live.
Why?
Because, and then I'll get to your question.
Okay.
Because love is number one.
Okay.
You can't laugh and live if you don't love.
I agree.
You can't show grace and mercy to somebody else if you don't love. You can't receive it yourself if you don't love. You can't forgive if you don't love.
Yeah.
You can't get over the hate of the world or the darkness of this world if you don't love. You can't see the light.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So, to love, I would say my family.
Okay.
Were the first people that taught me how to love. We are very overtly affectionate sometimes. We are huggers. I should say that. We are definitely huggers. And those hugs, being a little girl, being in the house of a bunch of people at all times, and me being the baby or the youngest, to have, even though my aunt Hope, she couldn't stand me, I can still remember her putting me on her feet and tossing me up, and laughing. This chick is tossing you in the air, honey, with her feet. You can fall.
Yeah.
You know, my brothers and my uncles hold me on their shoulders. We walking through the dead of the snow, coming from, I think it was the dentist office or something like that. And it's the dead of the snow, and I'm crying. I'm like, my feet are freezing. And they all taking turns carrying me, holding me on their shoulders, carrying me on their backs, riding on long trips, car packed, but I'm the one with the comfortable seat laid out on everybody else in the back seat. You know, just the little things of that nature to when you guys come along, you know, hugging you guys and kissing you and, you know, not just verbally saying I love you, which we do a lot.
Yeah.
But also putting the action behind the love.
Right.
You know, a few times I asked Isaiah, how do you know I love you? And, you know, young, because you told me. You know, he don't process, you know, what mommy does for him or anything like that. But, you know, as he grows older, his answer changes.
Right.
You know, just being able to love others.
Yeah.
Being able to know that I've hurt you and come to you in a with the deepest and say I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Change my ways.
Yeah.
Navigate differently. That has all taught me how to love.
Yeah.
How to laugh? Tickles.
Hated them. Bro, I hated being tickled as a kid. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I remember I genuinely used to cry. Because stop.
I loved it. And I love to do it today.
No.
Oh my goodness. I loved it. And one of my favorite things to do is to tickle a grown man. Because they so hard. They so
I tell Kai all the time, you are more ticklish than me. And that is a huge problem.
When I was a kid, like I said, you know, I was the baby. Everybody swears I'm spoiled rotten. But I'm not. I'm just very well loved. I can remember being tickled on my feet. And I can remember growing up and watching, you know, as the other little Rugrats came, watching my family members tickle them on their feet.
Yeah.
And, you know, as some of my little cousins, they came and stayed with us. You know, Nana would, they would do this thing, you know, play the little piggy game with your toes and wee, tickle your feet all the way home.
Mm-hmm.
And it stuck.
Yeah.
You know, and to see that baby laugh, to see, I think that really helped me as an adult.
Yeah.
Keep laughing.
Yeah.
But to see that baby laugh and then to just smell your feet and be like, oh, you got stinky feet. Why is that so funny? That's saying your feet stink. Like, it was just so funny. And then it trickles down.
Yeah.
You know, you do it as well. And, oh my God, to see you guys do it. You know, smell your little feet and, oh, you got stinky feet. Playing peekaboo with you. Babies are the best love, laugh, and life ever.
Yeah. I agree.
The innocence, the not knowing. And they just look at you like you're the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know. It's one of the greatest things. And to live, I would say to live trials.
Mm. Yeah.
Trials. Um, in every area, trials of loss, trials of depression, trials of joy,
Mm-hmm.
um, and trials of happiness.
Yeah.
And knowing the difference between joy and happiness.
Yeah.
You know, trials through the anger, trials of reloving yourself.
Yeah.
You know, um, trials of watching others was one of my biggest things, and one of my biggest fears that I felt, because I learned a lot through the lens of others
Mm-hmm.
and the lens of watching others. There was a time in my life that I thought, Lord, will I ever live for me? You know, will I ever have that opportunity to experience anything on my own?
Mm.
Because living through the lens of others and watching others,
You had
I was
experienced it
afraid of a
all.
lot.
Yeah.
You know, I veered away from a lot, um, until I just got out there. And me and God just had a conversation like, hey, I need to experience some things on my own.
Yeah.
But I do encourage people, you don't have to experience everything on your
Yeah,
own.
for sure. You can look and learn.
Yes, yes. You can definitely look through the lens of other people's lives and learn some lessons.
Yeah.
And I did. I learned a lot of lessons. It did help me create a lot of walls that in the end I had to take down
Yeah.
in order to live. But yeah, it was it's very enlightening, to where my prayer today is, thank you, God, for the good, bad, and the indifferent.
Mm-hmm.
Because it helps me to love, it helps me to laugh, and it helps me to live.
Yeah. For
So,
sure.
yeah.
I think your live was really good because it's very similar to mine. I feel like I have been able to watch other people not live for real.
Hmm.
And it is people who are close to me, people who are not close to me, random strangers, hear other people's stories, all of those things. And I think that has taught me that I want to live.
Yeah.
And I want to live well. Because I think some of us are surviving
Mm.
and we're not living. And I think I realized, like, I want to be able to live and live well. I think laughter, who taught me first to laugh, was Cheyenne.
Was it?
Bro, I think she is one of the few people who I have genuinely laughed to the point of tears. And I think, although I think, kids do deserve at some point to have their own room, I think sharing a room with your sibling
Yes.
creates experiences, create bonds,
Mm-hmm.
creates memories that you just wouldn't get if you were always in your own room.
Yep.
And there were so many moments where we were just acting a fool. We were just doing things that I don't know, that just...
Who was the ringleader?
We both were. Like, genuinely, I just feel like we would just be acting goofy. Like, and it was just such a good time. And I can just feel the, like, genuine joy and happy. I can feel it right now. Like, it just was such a good, like, refreshing feeling. And it's funny because I can remember, like, vivid memories. Like, not necessarily what was happening, but I can see it in my head. Like, there was just one time where I think I have a video of it, actually. She's literally has tears falling from her eyes. She's in her bed. So I think she was the first person who taught me how to laugh. But then it would have been, like, Kalia and Kyara. Like, all of us together.
Yeah.
That just goofiness together is just, like, unmatched. And then when we all get together, the entire family is just a whole nother set of dynamics. So those were the first sets of people. But then I got to choose people outside of my family to be able to have relationships with. And then I got a different kind of laughter.
Mm-hmm.
So, like this weekend we went, me and my friends from college, we all went, we hung out, all that stuff. But I think the laughter with your friends
Yeah,
is like different too.
it
So
is.
they just troll the whole time. Like they just they just nitpick, they just say whatever, do whatever, and I don't know. So I think just my relationships with people just have taught me to just be like, just laugh, just
Yeah.
have joy, just even if we all, and that's one thing about my friend group, we all know that we have a lot of stuff going on. There are people in our friend groups who are genuinely going through so much, but when we get together, it's nothing but laughter. It's nothing but like just fun, and our things don't consume any situation. Like it may consume us individually, but like when we get
Right.
together, it's always that ability to be able to laugh. And then I think who taught me how to love was 100% my family. Um, yeah, I think when there were moments where I didn't feel loved, they were like, "Oh, I'm just kidding. You're definitely loved." Like, and I think I definitely battled with that as a kid, just not having like my dad around, because I'm like, I think it's just that internal confusion. Like, okay, well, you say
Okay.
that you love me, but then you're not here to actually do those things. So like, I'm not really loved for real. But then I had all of y'all around to prove me wrong, basically. But then also there were moments in time where you could just feel the love anytime we all got to go to grandma's house. That was like,
Yes.
I just, and I was sitting here while you were
Yes.
talking, I was like, we need to have another meeting place where it's cool for just the whole family to just come whenever.
Right.
And like just have those moments still, because now that like grandma is not in her own home, and like, she's not like moving around as much as she used to and all that stuff, the dynamic of the family has definitely changed. And
Yes, it
so
has.
we don't all get together in her house no more and eat dinner, like
Right.
have her cook. Like we don't
Right.
have that anymore. And
Phew,
so
that carrot cake.
yeah, like
Love
we just
it.
need with her puzzle on the table,
Yes.
like yeah, her
Yes.
china. You got to walk across the floor
Yes.
slowly because you're jiggling the glasses in there. So all of that taught me what love really felt like. Family reunions, the fact that
Yes.
we can get so many people in one space.
Ugh.
You hear about other people's family reunions, they're like, oh yeah, we have 50 people. No, we coming with 200, 200 people. And the best part about
It
that
used
is
to be about 3 or
them
4.
people know me, and I ain't never seen y'all day in my life, or at least I
Uh-huh.
don't know that I have. But that's love right there, like.
Right.
So I think those are all the things that like taught me how to live, laugh, and just love. Yeah. Do you have any?
And I'm glad you mentioned the family reunion because Nana um did a family reunion with just Big Mama and her and I don't know what they call him because he was passed away by the time I was born, so I never really had a name for him. But my great grandfather and their lineage,
Mm-hmm.
and it was so cool because some people, we've seen, in some of the family reunions, but you tend to stick with your crew.
Right.
And with her spearheading it, I had to talk to people I've never even talked to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we got to meet people from that lineage.
Yeah.
Not the whole lineage, but from that lineage, we got to meet people and connect with them,
Mm-hmm.
either via Facebook or, phone and I thought that was so cool
Yeah.
because, you find that, oh my God, there's more love out here.
Yeah.
It's a lot more
I got
love
like
and
57 more
like
cousins.
one, exactly. And I think family is very important no matter how much they get on your nerves,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how much they can sometimes drag you down. I think the love of family, the love of your people, and just in general getting to know who they are is very, very important.
Yeah.
And sometimes you could feel like, oh, I'm not important to them, but in reality, you really are.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm glad you brought up family reunions because we got one coming up.
And I'm
And
excited.
I can't wait.
I'm so
I'm
excited.
excited.
There's so many things that we have done as kid, like as I was a kid, And I just like, it just makes me so excited as an adult. Like, anytime we drive anywhere with more than one car,
I know, right?
bro, I get so excited because I'm like, look at all these cars going to one place. Like, we all stop at the gas station and it's boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, wow, like, I don't know, but
Yeah, those are
yeah,
fun times, you know.
good times.
And it helps you reminisce on the ones that you've lost.
Yeah.
You know, the times that they were there. And,
Yeah.
you know, the good times we all used to have together and stuff like that. And just, you know, good things.
Yeah, and it helps
Good
you
times.
create more memories for the ones that are coming up behind you. Because I want, like, you know, my kids or my nieces, my nephews, my little sister, you know, my little cousins, all that stuff to be able to have those same, like, not same, because obviously it's different times now, but, like, have those same experiences.
Right.
So, yes, we do need to go to the family reunion. Yes, we do need to all take a trip somewhere where we drive and we all, you know, like, because those are the joys of my childhood. So
exactly, and I want you to experience the same thing.
Because it's fun.
So,
yeah.
And then, you know, Isaiah, he can be a little awkward sometimes, but I think it's just because he's in his own space.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times. And, you know, when he gets with, you know, his friends from school or, you know, Jason, he does interact. He is a little different, but to get him around his cousins, it take him a minute to warm up.
Yeah.
You know? And as a kid, I don't think I remember that.
I think me and Shiner were the same way.
I don't think I remember where. I think because, like, with Auntie Gert and her crew, her Auntie Gert and Uncle Bill and their crew, they would come up throughout the year.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, and of course we was always at Grandma's house all the time. So it wasn't like once a year we would see them.
Yeah, they weren't strangers to you.
Exactly. So it was more, okay, you know, hey y'all, blah, blah. And I think having more people in the house, having a lot of siblings, for some it was good. For me, it was magnificent.
Yeah, I'm sure you benefited.
It was great.
You were the youngest.
No, when I look back, not even just being the youngest, when I look back, look, I have a coworker sister, and she grew up in a house, I think, with 14. It was 14 of them. And she said from that and her older siblings having kids and babysitting those kids, she was adamant, I don't want no kids.
Yeah.
I don't want no kids. But of course, you know, God changed her heart. You know, her and her husband was married for a time. And they ended up having 2 kids of their own. And she said, you know, once she had her first kid, you know, life just changes. But for me, growing up in the house and all of that, even though I didn't like my little cousins that came in because they stole my thunder at first, I thought, you know, it was great. It was fun.
Yeah.
Even with the hectic times.
Yeah.
Even with the block party fight, you know, all of that. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I even love it now. Like, I love when all of Isaiah friends come over.
Yeah.
I'll be ready to get rid of them after a while, but I love it when they come over. I love it when we all get together.
Yeah.
I love it when we just sit around, laugh, play cards, play games, and do something new.
Yeah.
You know, dance. I just love it.
Yeah.
I just love it.
I agree.
It's such a beautiful thing.
It's such a beautiful thing. I think more people should be able to experience.
And you can be free. You can be yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to be nobody else.
Yeah. Just be you.
Like,
these your peoples. These your peoples.
I'm weird and awkward, so that's me.
Right. Right. No, for real. So, if you had to tell the world one thing to like sum all of this up, this whole conversation, what would it be?
Ooh. Be free. Love one another. Be willing to forgive.
Yeah.
Don't take life in all that it throws at you with seriousness.
Mm-hmm.
Be able to laugh at some things.
Yeah.
And live to the fullest. You don't know if your day is today or tomorrow. If you're going to be sitting here breathing in a nanosecond, you can be gone.
Yeah.
You know. And while you living your life, make sure love is the number one thing.
Absolutely.
Because when you love, everything else falls in order.
I agree.
So,
If I had to talk to the world, I would say laugh more. Laugh.
your stomach hurt.
Yeah. Laugh until you
Tears
start
fall.
crying. Love for real, and not just the people that you have built a relationship with, but just do it for everyone. And do whatever. I say this all the time. Do whatever makes your heart happy, because I think that's truly living.
Yes.
So yeah, make sure y'all do all of those things. All the people. I thank you so much for coming.
You
and
are so
talking.
very welcome.
And I know the people will love this one. And I thank y'all all for watching.
Yes,
Another
thank you.
episode of Let's Cry Together, where you're not required to cry, but if you want to, you definitely don't have to do it alone. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the things the kids say, and pull up to another episode next Wednesday. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
That was great.
Yes.